The significance of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity in the preamble of the Indian Constitution. So, significance of the key words like justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Preamble underscores these principles are foundational to the Indian democratic framework. Justice is from Article 14 to 18. This equality, right? Equality is related to justice, and judgments like Keshavananda Bharati case is to ensure the fairness. Justice is related to fairness, and articles are Article 14 to 18. The Supreme Court judgments related to justice is Keshavananda Bharati case to ensure the fairness. Now we have liberties, freedom, right? So freedom is Article 19 to 22, and Supreme Court judgment on Maneka Gandhi case protects the freedom. First, we have justice, right? The justice is from Article 14 to 18, where we have the Supreme Court judgments like Keshavananda Bharati case to ensure the fairness. Now, when we are dealing about the liberty is under Article 19 to 22, where Supreme Court judgments like Maneka Gandhi case to protect the freedom. Equality. Article 14, 15, 16 is related to equality. Equality 15 is no discrimination is 16, opportunity is 16, discrimination is 15, and equality. Apart from justice, we have the same articles which are mentioning equality. Article 14, 15, and then we have 16. Supreme Court judgments like Indira Gandhi case versus Raj Narain to ensure non-discrimination. Fraternity is Article 1, Union of States, which promotes unity amidst diversity. So once again, important points which are related to preamble, and we are going for a small recap. First, the preamble as mentioning justice from Article 14 to 18, and an important case is Keshavananda Bharati case, and justice means fairness. Now, liberty, when it comes to liberty, Article 19 to 22 is for liberty, right? Now, here the Supreme Court judgment is Maneka Gandhi case. Liberty means freedom. And equality. Equality, we have three articles is 14, 15, and 16. Now, these articles we have mentioned. The Supreme Court judgment is Indira Gandhi versus Raj Narain ensures non-discrimination. Fraternity promotes unity amidst diversity. Now, preamble of the Indian Constitution emphasizes justice is social, economic, and political, right? Justice is social, economic, and political. Liberty is of thought, expression, belief, faith, worship, and equality of the status and opportunity. Fraternity assuring the dignity of the individual and unity and dignity of the nation. So once again, preamble of the Indian Constitution emphasizes justice. So when it comes to justice, we can say that it is social justice, economic justice, and political justice. Social, economic, and political. Liberty is of thought, expression, belief, faith, worship. Equality of status and opportunity. Fraternity assuring dignity of an individual first, the individual and a nation wise, right? Dignity of an individual and unity and integrity of the nation. So dignity of an individual, and then we say that there is unity and integrity of a nation. These principles are fundamental to India's democratic framework. Article 14 to 18 ensures equality before law and prohibit discrimination. So we have equality before law, and it also prohibits discrimination. Article 19 to 22 ensures guarantees the fundamental freedoms. Directive principles of the state policy, you can include few directive principles, right? 47 is where the state promotes. We have seen like Article 47 is where the state promotes. First is the health, then the standard of living, and it also ensures nutrition. Health, standard of living, and nutrition is Article 47. So Article 36 to 51 promotes the social and economic justice, right? Landmark Supreme Court judgments like Keshavananda Bharati case versus State of Kerala reaffirm these values as part of the basic structure of the Constitution. Now, we are going for the explanation of the word secularism in the Indian context as envisioned in the preamble. Word secularism, we have articles is 25 to 28 and Supreme Court judgments is S.R. Bommai case. Article 25 to 28 is freedom for religion, right? 25 to 28, this is related to secularism, ensures states' neutrality towards the religion and protects the religious freedoms like amendments like 42nd and 44th Constitutional Amendment Act. It ensures the states' neutrality towards religion. So, secularism means we can say that the state is having a neutrality. We need to mention that the state's neutrality, right? I have to mention that the state's neutrality. This is towards the religion. The state is neutral towards the religion. So we have the state's neutrality towards the religion. Protecting freedom of religion like amendments is 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. We have few amendments like the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. And then we also have it 44th Constitutional Amendment Act. Religious harmony and prevent the religious discrimination integral to the India's pluralistic society. So we need to provide religious harmony and we need to prevent the religious discrimination. So the things which we say is religious harmony. There needs to be a religious harmony. And to prevent the religious discrimination, there no needs to be a discrimination. Now, integral to the India's pluralistic society. India is a pluralistic society, right? So these points we need to mention. So in secularism, what the state is having a neutrality towards a religion, right? So the state is having a neutrality towards a religion to protect the freedom of religion. Amendments we have Article 42nd and 44th Amendments to promote religious harmony and prevents religious discrimination, integral to the pluralistic society. Secularism in India means that the state has no official religion and treats all the religion equally. What is the definition of secularism in India? So we are dealing with secularism in India means the state. We can say that the state, right? The state is has no religion. So no official religion. The state has no official religion, right? There is no official religion for the state and it treats all the religions. It treats all the religions are treated equally. And also neutrality towards religion and equal treatment of the religion is what followed. This is Western. Neutral towards religion is Western and this is Indian is where equality. So Western we say that there is a neutrality. Western we can mention the term called as a neutrality and in India we need to mention the term known as equal treatment. Equal treatment and then we have there is no discrimination, no official religion, right? The preamble and the articles 25 to 28 freedom of religion and prevents discrimination. Article 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act is the one which inserted the term secular in the preamble. So we have the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1976 is the one which has inserted. So this is the one which has inserted the term secularism. Secular in the preamble. So this is the one which has inserted the term secular in the preamble. Now we have S.R. Bommai case, right? S.R. Bommai case, the Supreme Court held that the secularism is a basic feature of the Constitution. S.R. Bommai case is 1994. Secularism ensures religious harmony in diverse nation. We have to mention that there is religious harmony in a diverse nation, preventing religious intolerance and promoting the national unity. How does the idea of socialism manifest the socio-economic policy in the India? Socialism is in directive principles and Supreme Court judgment like Minerva Mills case reflects socialism. So we say that socialism is a concept which is mentioned in the directive principles. DPSP. Socialism is mentioned in the DPSP, right? Socialism is mentioned in the DPSPs and then we have the Supreme Court judgments for the socialism is Minerva Mills case. The Supreme Court judgments is the Minerva Mills case. For the socialism, mandates equitable distribution of the resources. And Amendment 42nd is the one which has included the term socialism, policies of welfare, policies for the welfare, nationalization, Article 39, and inclusive growth, balancing Balancing public and private sectors. The term socialism was added to the preamble by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. It signifies the state's commitment to reduce inequality, income inequality, and ensure the fair distribution of the resources. To reduce the income inequality, we say that there is a reduction in the income inequality. There is a reduction in the income inequality and to ensure the fair distribution of the wealth. So we need to ensure that there is a fair distribution of the wealth. The directive principles like Article 38 and 39 advocate a welfare state. So Article 38 is a state is a welfare state is Article 38, and 39 adequate means of livelihood, equitable distribution of the resources, and protection against exploitation. Policies like land reforms, nationalization of the banks, social welfare schemes embody the socialist principles. Minerva Mills case, the Supreme Court uphold the importance of these principles as basic structure. Right. So, when we are writing socialism, we need to include all the points related to DPSP and Minerva Mills case. Now, the principles of federalism. Evaluate the principles of federalism and outlined in the Constitution and their impact on the governance. The principle of federalism and impact on the governance. The principle of federalism is Article 245 to 263. This is related to 245 to 255 is related to the legislative power sharing, right? 255 to 263 is related to the executive power sharing between the center and the states. So this is related to the balance of power is power sharing between the center and the states, and it is related to federalism, right? 245 to 263, right? 245 to 263 and Supreme Court judgment like the Keshwan and the Bharati case, balance of the power between the center and the states. Amendment, 101st Constitutional Amendment. What is 101st Constitutional? We have 101st Constitutional Amendment as GST. Now this clarify the rules and it resolves the conflicts, fosters the cooperative federalism. It fosters cooperative federalism. So 101st Constitutional Amendment Act is fostering the cooperative federalism, and it also provides autonomy. The federalism in India involves division of the powers between the center and the state governments like Article 245 to 263. The Constitution provides three-tier government structure and a detailed divisions of legislative powers to union list, state list, and the concurrent list. Supreme Court in cases like the S.R. Bommai case has reinforced the principles of federalism, emphasizing the need for balance of the power. Amendments like the 101st Constitutional Amendment has further refined this relationship, promoting the cooperative federalism and efficient governance. Sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic as articulated in the preamble. It reflects the sovereignty in Article 1. Socialism is 42nd, and then we need to write DPSP. Secularism is Article 25 to 28, and amendments like 42nd and democratic principles. And the republic, right? Uphold the Supreme Court judgments. It affirms India's constitutional identity. Preamble declares India as sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Sovereignty signifies India's complete independence in external and internal affairs. So, what does sovereignty signifies? Sovereignty signifies, we can say that the sovereignty. We say that the India is having a complete independence. India is having complete independence with respect to the internal and external affairs. Right. So India is having a complete independence with respect to the internal and external affairs is what we meant as sovereignty. India is having complete independence with respect to the internal affairs as well as the external affairs. Right. Sovereignty. Socialism emphasizes social and economic equality. In socialism, we say that we have the social and we have the economic equality is what we call the socialism. So social and economic equality is what we call it as a socialism. Right. Now Democracy. So secularism ensures religious neutrality and all religions are treated equal treatment of the religions, right? Democracy, the government is elected by the people and republic is head of the state is elected. So in republic we mentioned that the head of the state is elected, right? In the republic we say that the head of the state, we have the head of the state, right? In the republic we have a head of the state and the head of the state is elected in the republic. Supreme Court judgments like Keshwananda Bharati has upheld the principles as a part of the Constitution's basic structure, ensuring that they cannot be amended out. Discuss the importance of unity and integrity of nation in the preamble. We have unity and then we have the integrity, right? Essential for the nation's cohesion, amendments like Article 42nd, right? Protects the territorial integrity, Article 1. Unity and integrity of a nation, we need to mention Article 1, and it is vital amid diversity, emphasizing the national unity. The preamble underscores the importance of unity and integrity, crucial for maintaining the national cohesion. Articles like 51A emphasize the duty of every citizen to uphold the unity. 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act reinforced this by adding the integrity to the preamble. Right. Socialism, secularism, social, secular, and integrity. These are the words which are added, right? Integrity. These are the words which were added in the preamble by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. So, integrity of the nation, when it is coming for maintaining the unity and the integrity of the nation, for socialism, we are mentioning DPSP. For the unity and integrity of a nation, we need to mention the fundamental duties, right? For socialism, we mention DPSP. For unity and integrity of the nation, we need to mention fundamental duties. The 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act reinforced this by adding integrity to the preamble. Supreme Court rulings like the Biribari Union case highlight the significance of national integrity. The principle ensures the nation remains united amidst its cultural and linguistic diversity. Examine the significance of justice, socio-economic and political functioning in the state. Justice, socio-economic, political from Article 14 to Article 18. Ensures fairness in the laws. And we can use the ADM Jabalpur case whenever preamble is being discussed. We need to mention about the fundamental rights, fundamental duties as well as GPSP, whatever concepts which tries to fit into the question, right? We need to include those things. So, ADM Jabalpur case, economic opportunities which are mentioned in Article 39. We have Article 39 for economic opportunities, right? And political rights. Amendments like 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act upheld in the Supreme Court judgments. It safeguards a citizen's right. The preamble's commitments to justice is reflected in various constitutional provisions. Social justice aims to eliminate inequalities, and economic justice focuses on redistribution of the resources, and political justice ensures fair participation in the governance. Once again, let us go these statements. Social justice is going to aims to eliminate the inequalities. We have inequalities, right? The inequalities are mentioned in Article 14 to 18. So we have the social justice. Social justice to eliminate the inequalities. We need to eliminate the inequalities in Article 14 to 18. Right. This is what we have social justice. And then we have economic justice is focusing on equitable resource distribution. The resource distribution must be equitable in the economic justice. Equitable resource distribution in the directive principles, and political justice ensures fair participation. We need to have fair participation in the governance. This Article 326 is fair participation in the government. Supreme Court judgments like Indra Swani case versus Union of India reservation policy emphasize achieving these forms of justice to create a balanced and fair society. Evaluate the role of liberty of the thought, expression, belief, faith, worship in Indian democracy. Liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, worship. These things belong to freedom, right? Liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. Article 19 to 22. Maneka Gandhi case and 44th Amendment Act ensures pluralism and promotes democracy. Judgments like the Keshwan and Bharati case promotes the fundamental freedoms like Article 19 to 22. Supreme Court judgments like Keshwan and Bharati case ensures pluralism. Amendments like Article 44th Amendment and promotes democracy. Upheld in Supreme Court judgments, it secures individual rights. Article 19 to 22. So we have the Article 19 to 22 safeguard the individual freedom essential for the democracy. Liberty allows for free expression, religious practices, and personal beliefs. Landmark cases is Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India expanded the scope of these freedoms. 44th Amendment strengthened the protections against state encroachment. These liberties promote a vibrant democracy, encouraging diverse opinions and beliefs. How does the preamble address the challenges such as environmental sustainability and social justice? Now, social justice, we have to like justice, social, economic, and political, right? So we have social justice, right? Now here we have discussed what is called as social justice. Social justice to eliminate inequalities, equality articles we are including, right? Article 14 to 18. So social justice is related to eliminating the inequalities. Our political justice is free and ensures fair participation is what we say it as political justice. Economic justice is equitable distribution of resources. Here they are asking social justice, right? Social justice, environmental challenges. So what are the environmental challenges? Right to environment, it is in Article 21, so it belongs to liberty, right? Freedom articles, right? Freedom articles are from 19 to 22, right? So you can use the freedom articles because right to freedom is under the right to environment is under the right to life and personal liberty. Right. So social justice is where we have to reduce the inequalities. So inequality articles like Article 14 to 18 can be explained over here, addressing the current challenges like environmental sustainability and social justice. Preamble principles guide policies like amendments like 42nd Amendment and Article 48A. For the environment, whatever articles and DPSPs are present over here, balanced development with conservation, sustainable and equitable development. Preamble's principles guide responses to modern issues, Article 48A and the 42nd Amendment Act, environmental protection. So we have a Velur case where it has enforced sustainable development. Social justice upheld in the Olga Tillis versus Mumbai Municipal Corporation is right to livelihood. So this is an important case where we have Olga Tillis versus Bombay Municipal Corporation is right to livelihood. We have the Olga Tillis. So we'll be saying that the Olga Tillis versus the Bombay Municipal Corporation. So we have the Bombay Municipal Corporation. Olga Tillis versus the Bombay Municipal Corporation. So we have the Bombay Municipal Corporation. It is the right to livelihood. We have it as a right to livelihood. Olga Tillis versus Bombay Municipal Corporation is right to livelihood. Ensures that policies addresses poverty, inequality, and marginalization. Right. Now we have to discuss the role of preamble in guiding the policy making in globalized world. Adapt to the globalized norms like 44th Amendments promotes international cooperation, aligns India's policies with the global standards. You can get sustainable development goals. Right. Preamble's sustainable development goals with the DPSP can be linked over here, and even the sustainable development goals with the fundamental rights like the education sustainable development goals, right? Education, environment with the fundamental rights. Article 51 also promotes international peace and cooperation. You can include the fundamental duties as well. Supreme Court in Vishaka as the state of Rajasthan, international conventions were included in this case. Integrate global standards into domestic law. This also ensures that Indian policies are progressive and globally relevant. Evaluate the inclusivity of preamble in the context of marginalized communities. Social justice, social, economic, political. Social justice is to eliminate the inequalities, right? So this is for the marginalized communities. Inequalities, Article 14 to 18. Economic justice is related to DPSP, resource distribution, and political justice is free and fair elections, fair participation in the elections, Article 3 to 6. Inclusivity of preamble for the marginalized communities and gender equalities promotes equality is Article 15 and empowers the marginalizations like empowers marginalization like 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendment Act like Panchayat Raj institutions and urban local bodies must be included over here. Ensures gender justice Article 15, 39 and Supreme Court judgments related to it. It advances inclusive development. The preamble's commitment to equality and justice includes marginalized groups. Article 15 and 16 prohibit discrimination and enable affirmative action. 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendment Act empower the local governance and enhancing the participation of women in marginalized communities by providing reservation for the women and the marginalized community in Article 243 D and Article 243 T provides reservation in the Panchayat Raj institutions and urban local bodies. Navtesh Singh Johar versus Union of India decriminalizes the homosexuality. Right. Principles of the preamble to be applied to address the emerging technology and ethical dilemmas. And related to technology, right? So we have to digital age, like amendments, privacy is also like digital, right? Article 21, right to privacy. Article 51, scientific tempers. Puttaswamy versus Union of India emphasizes privacy in the digital age. So it guides the ethical governance like Supreme Court judgments ensures the right in the digital age. Amendments like 97th Constitutional Amendment Act. It adopts principles to emerging challenges. Preamble's principles guide ethical governance in technology. Article 21 right to privacy and Article 51A scientific temper addresses the digital rights and responsibilities. Supreme Court judgment in KS Puttaswamy versus Union of India emphasizes the privacy in digital age. These principles ensure ethical approaches to emerging challenges like data protection and AI ethics.